This is the Super Sports Schools podcast, bringing you stories of our future stars, powered by Spur Steak Ranchers.
1, 2, 3, go!
Basically, you guys...
Oh, lovely. There you go.
Oh, just cancel.
Sorry,
like
no,
that.
I got an important interview.
Important. Okay. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Super Sports Schools podcast, brought to you by Spur. In this episode, we wrap up the 2023 Under-18 SASHOC Nationals, which took place in Bloemfontein 2 weeks ago. We chat to players who took part in the tournament, and we have that all-important Super Sports Schools podcast quiz right at the end, where Tim goes head-to-head with two players from this year's tournament. One of the things I discovered while researching for that quiz, which we didn't include in the quiz, is that the first ever hockey ball was actually a cricket ball. A cricket ball was used when hockey was first played years ago. Now, that's an interesting fact. It's not one that comes up in the quiz, but we decided to start off this episode by asking players of the 2023 SASHOC Nationals, what is something about hockey that we might not know?
That the goalkeeper is not allowed to use his feet outside of the D and can only use his stick.
The banter almost that goes on the field, and how intense that can get and personal, because sometimes the players take it out on each other and there's some real shady comments that are thrown at each other. So I'd say that a lot of people from the outside wouldn't see that.
Okay, so jy mag nie die agterkant van jou stok gebruik nie, jy mag net die voorkant gebruik.
There's like this rule like where you can't hit other people's sticks, hacking and stuff like that, so umpires will blow against you.
I think the type of fitness needed. I mean, sometimes you just watch hockey and you just see people running around, but like not many people know the amount of fitness needed to be able to run from one side to the other whilst holding a hockey stick with gum guard in mouth.
We say when somebody's sitting on the bench a lot, we say that they're chowing bench.
Tim and I are joined by two players of the SASHOC Nationals. Guys, welcome to the show. Can you please introduce yourselves, tell us who you are, who you play for?
How's it, guys? So I'm Rogan Sturk, 18 years old this year. I played in the same IPT last year at 17, which was quite a privilege. I'm playing keeper for the Western Province Under-18 A team. We've had a good tournament so far. Played 3 games, won all 3, so yeah, pretty good so far. Conceded 3 goals. I had a clean sheet in the last one against Free State A. So yeah, going strong. Hopefully looking to be 3-time champions. So yeah.
Oh, hi, I'm Noli. I play for the Mpumalanga team. I mean, it's definitely a privilege to be playing IPTs. I mean, this is my second year coming here. I am 18 years old. I'm the captain of the team, and we have played 3 games, and unfortunately we have lost all 3 of the games, but staying into the game and staying in the IPTs and playing our best is most of important to me and my team.
What drew you to hockey? Why is this becoming a passion?
So funny story, I started playing hockey when I was probably 8 years old. I used to play a lot of sports, rugby, cricket, water polo, pretty much all the sports my school offered, which is SACS in Newlands, Cape Town. And you just told me you Bosch old boys, so quite a rivalry going on there.
It's a better school, I know.
Debatable, but we keep it there. Anyway, I started playing hockey, and it actually started indoor PSI when I was under 11 keeper. They didn't have a keeper, so I said, you may as well send it, see what happens. And I'm here now and played SA under 18 last year, under 18A province last year, province from under 13. So yeah, it's been a good season and a good career so far, and I'm looking to extend it hopefully.
Let's talk a moment before we come to you, Nolly, just about SACS, because obviously Derby weekend in the southern suburbs was a couple of weeks ago, and we know how that went for us, which we won't talk about. But what was more interesting, and I first saw it on Super Sports School's Instagram, I saw all the hockey results, and I saw the SACS Weinberg results, and I thought it was the rugby score at first, because
You literally texted me like, this isn't a hockey score, right?
9-0.
Yeah, it's we got probably about eight or nine province players from SACS here in our team, so we've got a really good setup going there. So yeah, it's been a promising season so far, and we're looking to end it off on a high, definitely. Derby Day is still to come, so you never know with them. Bosch especially, I mean, last year it was a tough season against them. They had some really good players. They had the SA under 18 captain yeah, it was, and Namibian under 18 captain, both of them. So yeah, they were a super good team last year. Yeah, this year hopefully triple crown again, Grand Slam. Yeah,
we'll hope not, but but yeah. Nolly, your journey into hockey, where did that start?
I mean, my journey into hockey started at an early age as well. But I mean, I was exposed to a lot more sports in terms of I still play first team tennis and first team netball in my school. I come from Mpumalanga, deep down in Nelspruit, up in South Africa, where sports is not like such a big thing. So coming here to IPTs is always a privilege, and getting exposed to people that are as talented as you and as privileged to play the sports and proud to play the sports here is very a nice thing to me. And starting the journey is, I started off with a coach called Jacques de Toit. I mean, he's been my coach since I was young. He introduced me to the sports, kept me up, kept me fit, always supported me. So that journey was always nice. I mean, we don't have much derbies, but we do have an opportunity to always play and just show the talents we have and carry on playing the sport as we love it.
So, as you guys said, this is your second IPT. I'm sure you've played a few in the lower age groups. What brings you back to this tournament? What do you love about it? What's highlights?
Pretty much it's just the competition. I mean, it's the biggest under 18 tournament in the country. You have all the best players. You're not playing against weak opposition. So every game is a test. You can't not have a good game. So yeah, you've just got to push yourself to the absolute limit. Even though if you have a bad game, you just got to really rebound, because you can't have 1, 2, 3 bad games in a row. Because it's such a short tournament, really. You can't afford to have a bad game, otherwise it just knocks on. So yeah, and definitely the atmosphere around here. I mean, you got Super Sports Schools here, which is great, having interviews like this. And yeah, just looking forward to it every year. It's great.
What brought me is that the sports here and the atmosphere and being surrounded by people that love the sports is a nice thing. I mean, getting the chance to get on the field every time is very nice. I mean, in matric, it's our last year playing schools hockey, which is always nice to, you know, get there, get in, get involved as always. So that is a very nice thing to come here and always play.
And in matric, you mentioned it's the last year of school hockey, and we spoke about it on the last episode we did here, that after school, it's not necessarily like other sports where there's a massive professional league that you can go into. So what do you look at going into after school? I mean, our school hockey in this country is so strong. We see it with super sports schools. There's so many matches every weekend and people love it at school level. But your plans after this, both in matric, are you going to be carrying on with hockey?
I mean, definitely. I mean, hockey is a great sport. I mean, I think it's growing in South Africa a lot. And carrying on is something I am looking forward to do. I mean, my plans after school is to keep my options open, but get into a good hockey program and play the sports at optimum, get knowledge, learn more, carry on, and get to my peak. I mean, we're still young, still growing. Our brains are still a bit weak. We have a lot of knowledge that we can still intake, and that is definitely something I would like to do.
Yeah, definitely looking to expand after this. Hopefully go overseas maybe. So that would be great. Use my hockey to go study overseas. And yeah, the school sport here in South Africa, it's growing, especially hockey. It's growing day by day, literally. We're getting so many teams and new players here. And it's really just an amazing sport. So yeah, if you're interested, definitely ask your parents to get into it.
I mean, in the last interview, I was asked to go play hockey. I think it was Marcel kept saying, yeah, we definitely need a keeper. You can always join. But bringing it back to this tournament, I know one that comes right off the back of it is your SA schools, SA under 18. So last year, guys took both the men's and women's team, took the wins against Namibia. How are you guys feeling around? How you're feeling around this?
So hopefully I'll make it again this year. Yeah, as you said, last year we had a clean sweep of Namibia, and it was quite impressive scores. We had a great team last year. Players like Brett Horn, James Flint, especially James Flint with his flicking. I'm pretty sure he almost scored a hat-trick every game. Yeah, he's insane. He's at Marty's now. But anyway, back to this. Yeah, hopefully make it again this year, but primarily you got to win gold first. That's always your main objective. Making SA is just a bonus at this point. So yeah, just focus on gold.
I mean, I also played under 18 SA team last year when I was 17, and making it would be a nice thing, I guess. And the focus on we had wins. We won all 3 test series, but with not as much scores as they did against Namibia. I think we won like 2-3, 2-1, 3-0, which was nice. We've got like amazing players. Tahira, we had a place for the senior women's. We had, I think, Nsupa Mokoena as well. And Khairmer, who played the SA under 21, which is a very good thing. I mean, we're looking forward to, playing with them again, being like them, being exposed like them. And that would be very nice for to make it again in the under 18 SA team.
One thing that I've always grappled with the system is that it almost feels like it's really quick from this tournament straight into what's the team dynamic like there? I mean, you guys have training camp and then you're instantly playing games.
Do you all know each other? I mean, you both played in it when you were 17 still, and that seems to be a trend as well. I know with Tahira, we've also had her on before talking about that.
I think you get to know. I think when you're at the top of your game and you understand that other people are at the top of their game, you kind of associate yourself with them because, I mean, winning mentality, you associate your people with that. So I think, I mean, last year there were people from all over, and I think there were only about 4 under 17s in our team, and I didn't find a problem with socializing and stuff like that, and generally straight away you have a good team dynamic. You're all there to play the same game, you all want to win, same astro, same stick, same ball. So basically just go there, play hockey, and that's great.
I agree with him. We get there, we don't know each other. We all come from different places across South Africa, and we there because we all share the same dream or same passion. I mean, being associated with people that share the same passion as you is always amazing. You feed off them, we also feed off you, and it's always great to learn from others. Amazing coaches, by the way, great coaches that we have, and it's not a big of a struggle to, socialize with them because we all have the same mindset, and which is always great.
Come on, wake up now. Who got some? Wake up now. Sequilatos cut. Wake up now. Who got my senior? Get up and go.
With 15 delicious breakfasts, Spur is the place to be until 11 every morning. Enjoy an unreal breakfast, still just $49.90. Spur, people with a taste for life.
Wake up now. Come on. Yeah.
What do you love most about this tournament?
I love the competition and how tough it is, and I love making friendships and seeing friends from other provinces.
I'd probably say the intensity and the opportunity to learn. Like, a lot of people just want to play the game and things, but I think the ability to play against someone who's potentially better than you or on the same level and learn from them and gather things that you don't know about the game, I think that's pretty nice about it.
I love that it's a whole bunch of schoolgirls getting together and just having a lot of fun here. It's like joy in South Africa.
Ek hou baie daarvan om nuwe vriendskappe met almal te maak, en ek hou ook daarvan van die goeie kompetisie wat hier is en om ook so sterker bond met my maatjies in my span te maak.
But IPT, especially this year, is just like meeting new people. Meeting new people for me is kind of nice because you just have a bond outside of it. So even if you see them like in Joburg or Maritzburg or wherever you are, you'll know that someone's there and someone you've met at IPT, which is such a good thing for me. And just building that bond that with people also in your province is something nice to me also.
Tim, you mentioned from the previous episode, Marcel suggested you be a goalie, right? We have a goalie here. So get some info, get some tips.
I mean, what would it take? What do I need to do?
Because I think being a goalkeeper sometimes is an underrated position. It's definitely, I've never played hockey, but it's one I would run away from, having to choosing to stand in front of that ball.
Wait. Remember, okay, I don't have a nothing skill set coming into this, okay?
Of course.
Played basketball in high school, so hand-eye coordination isn't bad.
Yep.
Played rugby in high school, so I'm not afraid of contact.
Yeah.
So that's what you're working with right now.
That's great. Okay, so working with contact, you can't be afraid at all. You got a ball coming at you pretty darn quickly, and it's going to hurt if you don't have padding in the right area, like inner thighs. I'm not sure, standing on studs on your inner thighs, pretty sore. That with a hockey ball coming at around 100 k's an hour it's pretty darn sore. Getting hit in the head, shoulders, arms, you got to be a bit loose upstairs. But I think flexibility is extremely underrated. You've got to be able to literally put your knee on your head. and do the splits very quickly. Reaction's got to be on point, and just don't be afraid. Send it, honestly.
Yeah, so the flexibility is not in my skill sets. Sorry, I was a forward. We're not known for being flexible.
I mean, the goals are not as big, obviously, as football goals, and the goalie, you take up quite a bit of the space, but still those short corners can be so competitive. I also wouldn't want to be the guys who run out with just a mask. That's just like, no.
No, that seems like a lot of fun. I'm running right at the person with the ball.
Oh, my goodness. But what does it take? I mean, to score for short corner, to find the gap, the training that goes into that. I mean, obviously you guys train a lot and for all the different facets of the game, but what at the end of the day everyone loves seeing is when a short corner that just comes off beautifully and there's a goal. It's just amazing.
As attackers in a short corner, we need to understand that short corners are there for us to utilize. I mean, it's a 5v8. So getting short corners is a win for us. So we need to always capitalize on them. I mean, it takes a lot of perfection. So if you see them, other teams in other provinces here, they always perfect their short corners because it is a great chance to score. So scoring and actually getting a proper short corner and utilizing it, making it work is always a win for the team as a whole. So it takes a lot of practice, skill development, utilizing all the best players in the team, and using them to their optimum so that we can get a good result.
Awesome. And stopping them?
One of my best parts of my game, actually. I really enjoy it. I enjoy a good stick save. I like the look of a little bit of disappointment in the flicker's face. But of course, seeing one go in for my team obviously is a thing of beauty. Saving one, I got to say, is just a bit better. But yeah,
understandable.
Yeah, your reaction's got to be on point. You got to be in tune with your runners. First wave, my preference is he's got to run a bit left. Anything on my left side, he's pretty much got to cover. Second wave, watching the zigzag, and postman just don't get hit in the face. But keeper, just reaction times, instincts, and quick feet. So that's pretty much it.
And you talk about how good it is when your team scores as well. And I think something we've learned from being here, being a part of it, is that the hockey community is so close. And teams, you guys are all also so close. So I'll ask you to talk about that in a moment. But just something, as we were coming in, we saw someone who was wearing basically a mask. That mask, right? So it's a mask with cat ears, as you can now see off camera. And we also spoke to Tahira at the St. Mary's Festival because we were actually leaving our hotel to go to the St. Mary's Festival to do a podcast just like this. And I was running to get something, and a girl came running towards me and she had a dummy in her mouth. So we know the kind of the behind the scenes stuff that goes on and the little traditions. And we'd like to know a bit more about that. Anything you guys do, anything you're part of that you can share?
Traditions, I mean, we do them so that we introduce them as new members of the team. Their first time playing for, let's say, the A team or the A side, the side from Mpumalanga. So we don't do much, I guess, because, I mean, boys do a lot. We don't do much. All we do is they take charge of the small things. So the masks, make sure that the defenders of the mask is the back for the short corners, balls, all kits is gathered together, socks marked, everything in terms of laundry. So they just do the little duties that we need to get together and sort it as a team.
On the boys' side,
Let's not get cancelled.
No. Masks, stuff like that, just small stuff. But then also, every now and again, like in the school team, the youngins we call them, they can shave their head pretty darn short, and just look after stuff basically and do what you're told. But also with saying that, it's not we're not doing it to belittle you or something like that. It's really just to get into the team. We did it. People before did it. It's just get involved in the team. Welcome to the family. How you doing? Get over it, basically.
Yeah, and then I mean, it's effective because then you guys become so close, and you definitely the coordination across the Astro. Here, no offsides. You can be anywhere. You really need to be coordinated and thinking together. So at the center of that is a well put together team, and I mean, how close are you guys, and how special is it being a part of a team like that?
I mean, we always need to find ways to get closer because in hockey, the fact that there's no positions, we need to learn how to communicate with each other and not be uncomfortable with each other. I mean, so having these small traditions are there to, help us adjust with each other, help us, get comfortable with each other so that we can play as a team on the field at optimum.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much well put. I mean, you got to know each other like your back of your hand. You got to know before he's even passed the ball where you think he's going to pass it, or where actually. So I mean, like shorties, sliders and stuff like that. You got to know he's going to be there and trust he's got to be there. So a lot of trust. But yeah, I mean, if you don't trust your team, you're going to be a weak link. Weakest link always breaks. So yeah.
I mean, I feel like I can relate to that off basketball because that's also very loose and free flowing. So
by being the weakest link, or?
Yeah, no, being the weakest link is it's very unfortunate because I know I play point guard, and so I'm looking for players cutting and making moves, and I'm like, okay, in my head, I know that you have space there and you should run into that spot. And so sometimes you have to pass it before the man's run into that position because that's the only way you can make the play. And if you don't know him, then you got in a team, that pass just launches out, and now it's their ball. But Alex also touched about this, and I think this is something that always intrigued me during high school is the community of hockey. Because I always saw it as guys hockey wasn't just at school, also between schools. There's a lot of gents played club hockey, and so they'd rock up to games, and there was this brotherly love between schools. What is the hockey community like in your areas?
Well, I come from a small area in terms of hockey, so we are very intimate. We know each other as hockey players. And the community there is very uplifting. I mean, we need to uplift each other, encourage each other to carry on playing the sport as we are a small number of people. So the community and the clubs, we have a few clubs to, carry on playing the sport, and the community is very well built. It's there, it's supportive, it helps us grow, learn, and it's very good, actually. I love it.
I think Western Province is a bit bigger. Obviously, quite a lot of schools here. But the thing is, when you start playing club and provincial and school, obviously, you get to know each other. And even after the game, leave it on the field. That's the main thing. You may have an absolute shocker of a tackle on someone, and maybe you did it on purpose. But, you got to leave it on the field.
No, I mean, and that's something that we've seen with Super Sport School. So we came from an all-boys school. But through Super Sport Schools, we've seen hockey from boys, from girls, all over the country, which I think is so special. And to see you all here, and I think for the first time ever, some of these players we already know about because we've seen them online, Super Sport Schools. So there's a bigger exposure than ever before. Before we get into what we always do to end off the show, if you haven't seen it before, we'll keep that as a slight surprise. Just from each of you, your favorite part of hockey, what you like most about it, being part of it, just something, one thing to take away if you had to sell it to someone to get into the sport, or just what you love most about it.
Okay, what I love about the hockey community in general in South Africa is that there's a lot of social media now. Like, I mean, you can get exposed so well and be put in the spots, like being posted by the SA hockey IG. That gives us like adrenaline, some of us. I mean, we get excited to see how stuff's getting posted out there and being exposed. So that's something that I like.
I think it's the friendships you make, and definitely in the community. Also, as you said, the being posted by a bigger brand than yourself it's motivation just to add to your career. I mean, you want to extend it, hopefully. And just really play the game that you love. Yeah.
To end off the show now, what we always do is we have the Super Sports Schools Podcast Quiz. Okay, so you get 60 seconds to answer as many questions correctly as you can. You guys will be in a team. All right. Tim will go first to show you how it's done. So basically, you're competing against him, and you'll go on the leaderboard. And then we'll see what happens. Tahira got 13 at the top of the leaderboard.
I would say a good one for them to beat is 7 because that was the coach's score. So if you can beat some provincial...
8. Coaches got 8?
Did he get 8?
Got 8. You both got 8. You tied.
Oh, yeah. And then I won a sudden death. Oh, with the hockey question. Crazy.
It's time for the Super Sports Schools Podcast Quiz. Tim, as usual, going first. Timothy, Moasia Mutama.
Yes, sir.
Are you ready?
Not really, but I think I can take it.
Once again, going up against a team.
I beat the last team. I put the I in team.
Oh. Okay. Timothy, your time starts now. In rugby, what number's on the jersey of a starting tight head prop?
3.
Correct. Who won the 2023 IPL?
The Super Kings.
Yep, correct. How many umpires are there on the field during a hockey match?
2.
Correct. What is the maximum length of a field hockey stick? 100, 105, or 110 centimeters?
110?
105.
How was I meant to know that?
In what year was the SA Hockey Association founded? 1992, 1960, or 2005?
1992, because I did my research.
Correct. Who won the 2023 Currie Cup?
Cheetahs.
Correct. How many players are on the court in a netball team?
7.
Correct. How many holes are there in a typical 10-pin bowling ball?
3.
Correct. What is generally considered to be the slowest swimming stroke?
Butterfly.
It's breaststroke. In the SASHOC Nationals, which province is Eden from?
Western Province.
Correct. The world record for the 100-meter held by Usain Bolt is 9 point what seconds?
8.5?
5.8. How many holes are there on a standard golf course? And time
18.
is up, but that's after the
because
buzzer.
you take forever to ask questions. How was that my fault?
After the buzzer. Okay, what's 8?
There's no way I got 8 again.
He got 8 again. You love 8.
No, I think there's been 2 quizzes that I haven't gotten 8 in.
Who got 13?
Tahira, and it was all hockey. All the questions were hockey. We did a special just on hockey, and she clapped it.
She blazed through it.
Guys, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Your time starts now. Who is the captain of the South African men's hockey team?
Dejan Kasim.
Correct. Which football player has won the most Ballon d'Ors?
Messi.
Correct. Which city is hosting the 2023 Netball World Cup?
Cape Town.
Correct. How many positions in a netball team are legally allowed to go into the center third of the court?
2.
It's 5. What is the channel number for Supersport Schools?
216.
Correct. Who won the 2023 men's Roland Garros?
Pass.
Novak Djokovic. True or false? Netball originated as a sport in the United States.
False.
It's true. What is the length in meters of a typical athletics track?
100.
400. Which province is currently hosting the men's under-20 rugby championship?
South Africa.
Western Cape.
Western
How many ways can you be dismissed in cricket?
Can you repeat that?
In how many ways can you be dismissed in cricket?
3.
It's 10. In basketball, how many points are you awarded if you score off a free throw?
1.
Correct. Who won the... time is up.
I have no idea.
That was shocking.
How many are we looking at? Is it 5?
Oh, goodness.
You can see the gloating in his eyes. Look how happy he is.
Yeah.
But still, well done. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for talking to us about hockey, about this incredible event that is SASHOC Nationals and the amazing community that you have with hockey. Thanks, guys.
Great. Thank you so much.
This has been the Super Sports Schools podcast, bringing you stories of our future stars, powered by Spur Steak Ranchers.